Well, split 2 went pretty horribly, to put it in a nice way. We did worse than we did in split 1. I believe it was primarily due to people just like not wanting it enough.
It's like at the point now where we know our early game win conditions well enough. We're just not good enough players, so everyone just needs to step up. Honestly, it's not confusing why we're losing these games though. It's very, very clear. We're just misunderstanding what we're meant to be doing.
We weren't improving fast enough, so we were triple blocking. The mistakes still were just continuously happening and it was ruining games. I mean, up until the last week, we had a chance to make it into the gauntlet, and unfortunately we didn't. Games against Mammoth, we should have just 2-0'd them. We had a lead in game 2 that we didn't close out. There was a game against the Chiefs that we didn't close out.
Certainly, Chiefs should have lost both those games. If you give Direwolves a 4,000 gold lead in the early game twice, you probably lose. They're not going to make the mistakes that Avant made today.
The outcome of split 2 was obviously a huge shock. The jungle role, we just like side rated, like there wasn't very clear positives or negatives about the swap. We all just believed it was a clear upgrade in the AD carry role mechanically. Whatever it was, at the end of the day, like not meshing well, not trying hard enough, or just not changing and improving led us to ultimately finish worse than we have in the last year and a half. So once we got the news about relegations, it was a bit more stressful than it could have been or should have been. Darkside's visa was set to expire, I believe it was like a week or so before the match. We were lucky enough to have Pluto or Mitchell come in about 2.5, 3 weeks in.
So when Charlie, the coach for AV, first messaged me asking if I could come over to Australia to play for relegations, I thought at first he was like joking. I thought it wasn't real because it was like too good to be true. I was very excited to actually come in and play. I realized it was a big opportunity for me to grow as a player.
We were a bit cautious at the start because obviously he hadn't proven himself. He didn't have a name or anything like that. But it turns out he was a very hard worker, stayed late at night, was really attentive in scrims and receptive to feedback.
So I was really nervous coming in, and the first couple of days I could tell I was way behind the curve of the level of the players in OPL. Because of that, I just tried my best to improve every day as much as I could and put as much time and effort I could into becoming as good of a player as I could going into the relegation match.
Every game, match, like the results mean a lot to me because I really care about it. The relegations were obviously just like a step above that, and it took its toll on like my personal life with friends, family, health and all that.
I had no idea how good the Tectonic team were because I'd never played against them before. So I didn't worry at all about whether the team would be able to win. I just purely focused on myself.
Going to be Avant Gaming taking on Tectonic. 7th versus 8th. Avant Gaming with seed advantage.
Darkside was the long-time AD carry for this AV lineup. Unfortunately, he isn't around for Avant fans to play in this tournament. Pluto coming up from their OCS team is slotting in, so this isn't necessarily where AV want to find themselves over the course of the season, but they don't even have their main roles.
Away again, headbutt pole is going to be there. Ripped back onto Udisoft. Teleport has to come in, but they missed the ultimate. Yeah, it certainly does. Headbutt pole combo is there. They do force them off. Very nice equalizer. However, on the back end, Pluto dies. Not even using the ultimate. You can see right now the team fight is absolutely everywhere. But Tectonic has somehow won a 5v4. He doesn't even care. And you can just see he's going to whack away at the Nexus.
Oh, that has to feel super rough. That was AV with an early game lead. They broke open the map. They had an advantage, but they just couldn't.
We need to know how to force on 20 minutes at the Baron. And the issues that we were having were, firstly, like the lack of willingness to start it immediately, like start the plays, not start the Baron itself. Like as soon as it gets to 19 minutes, I want Leon in the top wave, and I want everyone pushing deeper into the jungle. We were consistently just letting them walk up to the Baron wall while we were in the pit. We're not a comp that wants to be in the Baron pit. We want to be in the jungle, like on that red buff push. Like the one time we did that and like Jake got a combo off, we just weren't willing to engage enough. Like, it's bad way to draft. But if they're going to get away with it, they're going to win the games. If we don't like play proactively, okay?
Team member, is it confidence as we look forward to mid and Shock already the aggression's there and first blood from Praelis.
Tectonic face checking here.
Praelis goes in first level, 12 straight in onto Pabu, but here's the Cosmic Radiance. Is it too late? Yes, it is. Trance is dead, means Udisoft is dead, means Praelis is dead, and AV are walking over Tectonic.
Praelis gets in though.
I mean, Praelis is in, he uses the ulti, but on the back, Jayke finds the flank. 4-man ultimate from Tarek, but Praelis is probably going to drop down. He'll get the passive, but the damage still comes through. AV slowly losing this fight. Frey walks away, but the clone is what they thought stayed, and Tectonic have to run away. AV in the promotion relegation tournament, even it at 1 apiece.
So I think for the second game, the reason we were able to pull it out was that everyone on the team got their nerves out of the way, I think, and performed a lot better. So for game 3, that one was probably the most tragic one of all for me, I'd say, because it looked like the game was going so well for us, but we couldn't pull out the victory.
Praelis is already on the bot turret though, it is gone.
But Praelis now underneath this turret, does get knocked up, does get ripped back, gets a 2-man ultimate himself, he's popping off, he's going 1v4, and by God, he's winning! Praelis on the back end of this team fight, carrying his team, and they're gonna be able to do it this time. It's the rest of Tectonic that takes down the Nexus, but it's the same story. The top lane...
We just weren't able to pull the trigger enough, and I think that was mainly due to me still not being as aggressive as I could have been.
What we need to change is basically just the speed at which we end the game based around the split pusher. Like, we had the moment where we got the first Baron, we were like 6k up and we sieged, and then if we don't do something like get an actual inhibitor on our first Baron, the game becomes very difficult to play. Just hard force a lot earlier. Because like what you did was really good, Jackson, when you came to the Baron and you sacked the 2 bottom towers to get the Baron. That's fantastic, but like pressure's on, you have to end the game.
You can see on Jake's face, a little bit of stress there as well.
Yeah.
Now, AV, on match point, not the position they think they'd be in, and it's going to have to be a big game from Jayke. Brought them out of the slump, now into the position of power, but that last game just didn't give them what they wanted. Shock is on the backside. Udisoft, can he make the engage work?
Looking for it, Pabu.
They just forced it, a 3-man knockup from Jayke. He'll find Shock as well. Wombo is there, and AV finally, they're online. They're straight onto the bird. They'll get this Baron as well. He'll go into Nivea, but it does not matter. Stop banging the drums, and Nivea's dead, and the Baron is there.
And Jayke coming up clutch every single game this series for AV. He's all
Tectonic have been forced to a game number 5, and AV do it in style.
My brain's just exploded.
Go back to beautiful New Zealand. Just see Sydney Opera House. Think about the Opera House. Do it for her.
Please.
Alright, we learned. We did it. We forced it so much harder.
I think you're fast.
No, we did, but it's still too slow.
Alright, we're going on stage, guys. Let's huddle up. It's the final game. It's the final game. It's the last game of our season.
Come in, boys, get in.
It's been a bloody pleasure. Let's close it out. It has. Alright, we have the upper foot this game, boys. Let's just like take this home. We're actually just going to start fights immediately as soon as the game starts. The only way that they win is through their idiot top laner sitting in the side. Let's just fucking group, do what we did last game. It's like stay together, just yell like monkeys and fucking take it home, right?
Absolutely.
Let's mark on 3. 1, 2, 3, Avant!
Sit there and just wail away at them. And that's a flash forward, and they actually use the E on the wrong person. However, now Ornhorn is sounded, will knock up only one. However, Udisoft still coming forward, but that is Pluto coming in. He's going to get 1 shutdown. He's going to get a 2nd kill for himself as well. Huge for the rookie carry of Avant. More quickly, Jayke still has your Shroud. Binding, flash forward from Frey. That is a trust fall if I have ever seen one.
engage coming.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's going to be into the choke point. It's onto the Cho'Gath. In goes Pluto. Going to be able to pick up one. And all of a sudden, Praelis is not here. Not even teleporting. This is going to be multiple members going down. And that is also going to be the QSS used from Udisoft. And now they can march it up the mid lane. That is going to be the binding landing. And Udisoft can't go down. They just focus the Nexus. And Avant Gaming are back in the OPL.
Clutch themselves from 7th place. Hugs all around Pluto, subbing in. Huge performance on the Kaiser. And
they get around the young man as well. They're getting him off. Pats on the back for everyone.
yep, that's cool.
That would feel very nice for Avant Gaming.
How much time do we have? We have 28 seconds.
Just jump, no jump. Look at Camille. Camille, come on, just stop. Protect line. Get on the line, get on, hit towels. Wait, we're good. We have Kindred all. Just hit towel. Nexus. Kindred all. And Nexus. Let's fucking go!
Let's go!
Charlie, man. Well done. Good stuff, bro. Yeah, good stuff. Oh my god.
So the whole fifth game was actually really intense because it was really close throughout the whole game. And when it got to that last team fight that we managed to win, and then we were pushing the Nexus, and it was pretty clear we were going to win at that point. I actually couldn't really believe it. I was like in utter shock. And after we killed the Nexus, I was just sat there in utter awe of what just happened because I couldn't believe we won after being down 1-2. So that was pretty amazing.
Once we got that win, it was such a euphoric feeling. I was like, all the stress of the last month was off my shoulders and off everyone else's shoulders. Screaming, jumping up and down, which is like kind of weird because, you know, like we finished 7th. Shouldn't be that happy, but I think it was just like a massive stress relief. We got back into the room and Wesley was, you know, tearing up. Charlie was tearing up. We were just really happy with like the work, and I was really happy with the performance that Pluto was able to pull out in that game. It was far above anything we ever could have asked of him.
This overall experience of coming over and playing in the OPL has been really amazing for me, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity. Yeah, this experience has definitely given me more motivation to try to be a pro player, because after having a taste of what it's like to play on stage and play against other pros, it makes me just want to play it more because it was really exciting and really fun, and I just had a great time.
As for now, with the pretty lengthy off season, we've been having a meeting with Bastion and Avant, deciding on the direction that we want to go towards next year. Personally, I'm just going to be studying a personal training course, you know, hitting the gym for a few hours every day, and, you know, just detoxing myself from League for a while, playing WoW, and probably just catching up with friends, spending time with my girlfriend, stuff like that. Thanks to all of our sponsors, the staff at Bastion and Avant, for everything they provide us with this year, and apologies to the fans and everyone that we couldn't live up to what we had set out for originally with our roster, and we will be doing everything we can to, you know, improve upon that for next year and keep striving for what we know we can achieve.